I don't think it's upside down. If I was a woman, I wouldn't want to have a child either. Why would I want to have a child? I don't need to have a child. I don't need to have a man. I don't need to pretend that I'm in love. I don't need to pretend that I want to be a mother. I don't need to stay at home and play giggle with a little child who's just another slave in the system. I don't have to do any of this shit. Why should I do that? Why should I waste my resources doing this when there's other games that are much more fun that are available for me to play? Why? And don't tell me I will find fulfillment, because my mother didn't find fulfillment. My grandmother didn't find fulfillment. And that's why I'm the byproduct of their lack of fulfillment. So I'm talking as a woman, right? I'm the byproduct of my mom, my grandmother, and all these lineages of women that came before me. And I'm the byproduct of their discontent. And then you tell me I should do the same thing as they did. Well, quite clearly it didn't work out. So why should I do this? What's the point? How's that going to fulfill me? And the only reason I did that before, or a couple of generations ago, is because the zoo required me, through its ordained religious priests and its science of the time, which was religion, that imposes us to do that and gave us, this is what you are as a woman, you're supposed to give birth. And you as a man are supposed to go work in the field like a donkey. This was ordered by the zookeepers in order for us to create more slaves so that we can build the zoo and make the zoo structure increase and grow and grow and grow. So I didn't really want to have a child. I was obliged to have a child. It was what I did because there's nothing else to do. And that was what was told to me to do, even though it may match my biology. I didn't necessarily want to have a child. What for? What's in it for me? So sometimes simple logic goes a long way, and people have a hard time with this. I'm telling you, if I was a woman, and you should think, why would I want to have a child? First of all, look at the guy. Look at the men I have around. I want to have a child with you. Like, men would never, they don't like to look at themselves in this way. I'm like, if I'm a woman, I'm like, I don't want you to touch me. You're disgusting. You're a masturbating, disgusting, mucus-filled, toxic creature. And you want to put your hands on me, you fucking porn-consuming prick? You want to touch me like I'm your fucking toy? Then you want to put your fucking little cock inside of me with all your fucking rancid thoughts and your mind, and then you want to fuck me like I'm a fucking inflatable doll and just rape the shit out of me while you couldn't care about my existence or who I am and what I do or what I don't do. Then you want to ejaculate in me on top of that? Thank God there's a condom, at least there's a separation. But let's pretend there's not a condom. You're going to come in my face? You're going to fucking come on my belly? And then I'm going to be pregnant with your shit in me. If I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be, I'm like, you're disgusting. You go play with the guys hockey I'm like, I'm going to have a child with one of you fuckers? You see, I can be a woman in my mind anytime. I'm like, yeah, oh, he's got big muscles. This motherfucker has a big cock and a big muscle. I don't want to have a child with him anyways. And this motherfucker over there, he's intelligent. I don't want to have a child with you. These are like attributes that are interesting. The overall, just you're a little kid. You don't know fuck all. You're still looking for mommy. It's not, you're not tall and strong. Tall and strong doesn't make a man. It's an attribute. Great. Love the attribute. God bless the attribute. This dude, I remember this dude, he's a triathlon trainer. So he's like hard as steel. Like he's got you could imagine a triathlon dude. He does it for fun. I'm not pro. I just do it for the pleasure. Like you fucking go run with your bicycle for 3 hours a day. You're a psycho. Can you imagine how his body looks? So I can't see his body. He's got a nice chiseled body. I was a bodybuilder. I'm like, I can respect. I'm like, that's it. That's all he's got. Everything else is just infantile inside of himself. And you can go through the whole room. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I'm saying I'm taking a position of a woman. I'm like, if I'm a woman, I don't want to have a child with none of you. What do you have to give me that the system doesn't give me? And on top of that, if I really want to have a child, the system can give me a catalog and I can choose the sperm I want, then can inject it in me and make sure it all happens perfectly, and then I don't have to smell your breath in the morning. No, but you see, you fucking guys, you don't want to look at things from a little bigger picture. You judge. Like, yeah, I understand. I could also sit down. That's another angle. We can have a conversation with the boys on Mondays. We can judge that shit as much as you'd like. I'm putting myself in a woman's position. I'm like, I don't want to. I hang out with guys. I hang out with guys all my life. I'm like, this guy, that's my dude, right? we call him Kiss, which means vagina in Arab. Right? This is that was his nickname. That's our friend. We called him the Kiss. Right? It sounds really great, like the band, you Kiss. Kiss in Arabic is vagina. So that's how we called him, because he's the vagina. Right? So now vagina, he's got two, maybe he's got 3 kids. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. I mean, this guy's got 2 kids. I'm like, this is vagina boy. That's the Kiss. Every gang of guys got a vagina, a Kiss. One of those guys. He's like, he's a daddy now. Now I'm like, he's never gonna see that. I'm like 98% sure that he's never gonna see that. But I'm like, I'm really gonna have it like, if I'm a woman, I'm 100% clear. I'm like, why the hell would I want to have a child with any of these morons? That's how I feel. And this is exactly, if you speak with a feminist and if you speak with a lesbo, this is exactly what she's going to say. And you're going to get offended. But if you actually consider her position for 5 seconds, like genuinely, you'll be like, yeah, I see what you mean. What does this fucking idiot have to bring to me that I can't have on my own? Money, I can have it. Power, I can have it. Wealth, I can have it. Community, I can have it. Cock, well, I can have as much cock as I want. If I just want to have sex with random people, I can have as much cock as I want. I can get dildos. I can what are you going to bring to me that I can't have on my own? And that's why you fuckers are upset at the feminist lesbos and all these people, because they're telling you the truth and you can't understand them. Like, you're replaceable. And you don't understand it. You're upset because you've been a jigger for how many thousands of years, and you've built all of that thinking that you're the man and thinking you're going to sit on the throne because you're an idiot. And she's, now that you've constructed her palace, she's like, you're disposable. I don't need you. I can have machines that do a better job than you. And you can't wrap your mind around that. And you think this feminist thing it's a pandemic. Every part of the world where women are receiving that knowledge, they right on to it. It's not that the feminism is infiltrating their mind. No, it's activating what's already fucking there. You heard it here first. Feminism. My mom grew up in Egypt with a patriarchal father. And my mom, she would never behave as a feminist because she immigrated and she had to behave exactly as it was expected. She was a feminist. I'm like, this is a feminist. She's just wrong, and she's just born in the wrong age. If she would have been born 30 years later, she's a feminist. On the outside, she behaved like a non-feminist, and she served my dad and put the food on the plate and smiled and then the whole thing. But deep down inside, this is exactly how she thought. My grandmother, once I was sitting like this in the living room, and my grandfather was there, and he was the patriarch of patriarch. He kind of looked like Sean Connery, but with bigger balls. Right? Like his hand was like, you see my hand, it's like a delicate pianist hand, right? So I can fix your spine, right? Each one of his fingers was like this, right? You take my hand, he just like holds it, and it's like breaking apart, right? One of those guys. You can understand. He's been to war. You know the story, right? The grandfather, right? So he's sitting down, like doesn't say much, right? He's just and there's a conversation going on, and at some point, my grandmother, who at that time she's ugly and fat. Right? She's just, grandmother, right? Not like 60-year-old grandma. I'm talking about like 75-something-year-old, right? And he's like maybe 82, 3. I don't remember. It's been a minute, right? And she says something he doesn't like, and he looked at her like this, and he just said her name. He says, the button of your shirt. Her shirt was up to here. The button of your shirt. Button it. And she shut the fuck up instantly. To button her shirt. And she understood what that means. It means stop talking. I've had enough of your nonsense. Right? So he the man. He the man of the house. He like, no shame, none of that. Then over the years, as I got to actually understand my grandmother, understand the game, I'm like, she's in charge. She is in fucking charge of this dude. He would never know in 1,000 years, and he died not knowing. And the only person who knew was me. And my mom, of course. But my mom will act like she doesn't know. I knew. I'm like, grandmother is in charge of that so-called patriarch. So, what is it that you as a man have to provide to her? Jigga, you ain't got nothing to offer. That's the end of the story. You ain't got nothing to offer. You're just a toy for her. And you're a replaceable toy. And you can come to terms with this because it's challenging you in the depth of your manhood because you're realizing you're not a fucking man. And even those, look at all those athletes with their Instagrams and all this, and Kyle Kuzma and all these lovely little fellows with their like 6 feet 8 inches bodies, and you're like, I don't know, like giraffes, literally, these are the giraffes, right? And they live in a fantasy world with all the Instagram sluts and all this. They're like disposable toys. And the moment he finds one, he takes a picture with her holding hands. Immediately, look, I got a good, beautiful girl that you wish you had. And like, look, you're like 6 years old suddenly, Kyle. What the fuck you doing, man? No, my girlfriend, she's special. She has like face nuances, which, you know, she's just amazing. Right. So, back to the lecture at hand. Women are telling you you're disposable because you have nothing to actually offer. And what they're actually telling you is that you ain't never had anything to offer in the first place because the master is Serpy Boy over there. Lucy, aka the Lucifer, which is just a word to say that intelligence that is superior to yours. And you're a servant of that. You're a bitch of that energy, and you just can't come to terms with that. So you're upset now. Well, look at the women now. All they should do is go back like 50 years ago where they have kids and marry and be happy in the kitchen. And you have these pseudo-conservative women who play with you because they'll always play with you. And they're, yes, because I'm a woman who just wants one man and I love the old ways of conservatism. And you're like, yes, just as she's playing you, of course, because she's a feminist, because she doesn't give a fuck about you either. You're just a toy. You just can't come to terms with that. You're a 6'4" toy. No, of course not. Because look at her. She's a doll with fake tits, dude. She's an idiot. What kind of intelligent person has fake tits? That's like balloons. Yeah, of course she's a moron. Right? Yeah, of course you can't take that seriously. Look at her. She looks like a fucking I don't know what. You can't take that seriously at all. Nobody can. Right. So obviously you're the man. You're in control. No, that's what I'm trying to say. And the so-called feminist, lesbo, and all that movement nonsense is pointing to something that you don't like. She's like, listen, you are disgusting. Am I saying that they're superior? I didn't say that. I'm saying what she's saying. You are disgusting. Not only are you disgusting, you are disposable and your time is over. First of all, you never had a time. You were under the impression that you were the man. No, your job was to build the zoo, invent the laws, create everything. That's what you do. That's what you do, you stupid fucking moron. That's what you do. And you thought it was yours. Because if you would have taken 5 minutes to understand it, you were doing it for her, and then you would have asked, well, who's her God? And it's clearly not the same God as you, because you ain't got no God, so she's serving some God. So you wrote, have you ever seen a law book? It's like fucking this. All right, a woman wrote that. No, you wrote that. And you sat down with a bunch of other losers, and you masturbated at the nuances of each word so that you can write Article 1.1.1.1.8812 says. And you wrote that, and you're like, yes, we nailed it. You're the man now, right? Dude, if you stop for 2 minutes and you analyze the situation, clearly, who's on top? She is. She's not on top because there's a revolution. She's on top because she's always been on the top. You've made sure that she gets on top. You just can't come to terms with this because it's like, well, she's an idiot. How could that idiot defeat me? I guess you're the idiot. Now, like I was saying, she's looking at you saying, you're disgusting. I don't need you. And what do you bring that I cannot have on my own or through the toys that the system, which means that what you've built. You've built yourself, you've created a world that makes you obsolete. Now, isn't that the definition of pure brilliance? She made you create a world where you are no longer required. In this way, she doesn't have to deal with your ego. Shut the fuck up, go over there and shut the hell up. Or if you're not happy, that's called the whistle. We've used the analogy of the whistle. Popo, this is a dog, doggy dog. And this dog, doggy dog, he looked at me and he snarled. Put that, I feel abused. Doggy dog, dog. Away. Oh yeah. That's what you created, right? So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to insult you. Kiss ikhtak, man. Really. Kiss ardak. You're disgusting. Anyways, so what she's saying, because this is like the refrain of my song. This is the refrain of my rant right now. What do you bring to her that she cannot find outside of the system? Nothing. And you're a disposable cock. There's another one. Like my father told me, and I told you before, he says, you're just a cock. You're a good fuck. That's it. She replaced you. I said, very upset at him. I was like, how'd you dare to say that? It's exactly what I was, and it's exactly what you are, because somebody else can do the job probably better than you. You know how it's become now. It's like little nuances. His cock's got an angle to the right, and her G-spot is not perfectly aligned. It's a little there, so it kind of fits a little better and kind of like nudges on it right there. Ooh, they say, oh, so he's got, his cock goes a little to the right. I need one of those. But I've had the right one, but this one goes a little to the left. I wonder what that feels like. Let's try a cock that goes a little to the left. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fun. Let's try something else now. What about a cock that goes down? I've never had a cock that doesn't go up. I want a guy who doesn't have a cock that doesn't go up so I can laugh at him. This is not even a joke. This is a panel of bitches and they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you using me as a fulcrum. I'm telling you because they know exactly what I'm saying. I'm telling you, bro, you got to sit your ass down. You got to reconsider things. What do you have to offer? And the answer is nothing. If you are with a girl who's pretty, like you're so proud of, and you're like, she's a 10. A genuine 10. Boom, boom, boom. Meaning she can have any guy on earth except me. So, you're so special? I'm sorry, with all due respect, you need to reassess things. This is what I bring to this game. I'm bringing these questions. I may absolutely be completely off. I assure you I'm not. But let's pretend for the sake of conversation that I may be off. I'm the only person who's going to actually make you think about these things. And if you're any smart, you're going to go in your little corner while you're driving your car, while you're going to masturbate on your toilet bowl, you're taking a shower, you're in your sauna, you're going to think about what I'm saying. And you're going to have to go a little deeper. I know you love the surface because the surface makes you feel safe. You're going to have to let go of the side of the pool now, okay? And put your little thing, your little buoys there and go swim in the water and then just like see if there's like ducks underneath. You got to do that, dude. I swear to God, don't mind these stupid bitches who are laughing. Honestly, they're just taking advantage of you right now, okay? You need to look deeper than that. Instead of being upset, instead of trying to go back to a past that doesn't exist, listen, the past is over and the past gave birth to the present. You got to keep that in mind. So something's wrong. And I'm telling you, it is. It's showing and pointing at you don't have something. You have nothing to offer that she cannot have on her own. Nothing. And then I need you to tell me, how is it that you're the man now? What is your bargaining power? You don't have any. Oh, I have money. Yeah, so is the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy. Oh, you have fancy cars. So is this other rich guy, and this other rich guy. And oh, he's handsome. So is this other guy. Just go on the internet. There's countless pretty men. What's your point? And you know, you all complain about this. There's like thousands of simps sending them DMs, sliding in the DMs, right? Ya Ruhi, ya Habibi, yallah. Slide in the DM, eh? I slide in her DM. Hello. Strawberry emoji. I don't know what to say, dude. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm like Georges St. Pierre after he finishes beating somebody up and says, I'm sorry. I feel the same. I just demolished you. You don't even know. You don't even realize. I feel bad for you because you don't understand what I'm saying. I really hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you do, there's hope for you. Dude, you ain't got nothing to bring to the table. And it leads back to the conversation we've had today. That means I have that outfit on in the videos before where I'm saying there's something missing. You ain't connected to power. And what you attribute to power is not real power. It's surface power. It's attributable power. It's not power in the true sense of the word, meaning you are a conduit for something greater than her God. But you don't understand that. Who is that woman serving? You think she's serving you because you're a moron. If you open your two eyes and your third eye, you're going to see, oh,